So this right here is one of the more exciting upgrades that I've done to my home theater setup in a while. So this is the AWOL Vision 3500 Pro Ultra Short Throw Projector. And I partnered with AWOL Vision to show you everything that this projector is bringing. And the first thing that you can notice is just the picture quality, because this thing looks sharp and it has up to 3,500 lumens as far as brightness. Yeah, it is super bright. But this also means that if you are using it in a room, whether you have like the lights on or maybe some of the windows open and the shades up, you're still going to be able to get a nice clear picture with that light coming through. But you definitely want to use this with a projector screen, and AWOL Vision also has me covered here because they also sent over their ALR 4 rising screen. So this is a screen that rises up when you need it just by using the included remote control, or you can go ahead and hide it back inside of itself when you're not using it. And this is good if you have kids playing around and stuff and you don't want them bumping into the screen when you're not down there. So now you can have this thing hidden away. So yeah, having a dedicated screen for your projector is crucial for being able to get the maximum quality, because I used to just project it on my wall and that's fine, right? It gets the job done. You get a nice, really big image. But once you switch over to a screen, especially something like this that is made for ultra short throw projectors, it's going to be hard to go back to just using your wall. And this did come with a dongle that will allow me to be able to power on the projector and also raise the screen at the same time just from using one single remote control. So that's nice as well. Oh, but what about that screen size though? But yeah, this projector can give you a sharp image up to 150 inches. So that's a pretty big screen size that's going to give you that movie theater effect. And the benefit of this projector is that you can have it just inches away from the screen or a wall if you are using it. But yeah, it's not going to be that far from the source that you're trying to project on. So yeah, you don't have to like hang a projector on the ceiling or worry about people walking in front of it and stuff. This one will allow you to have a little bit more of a compact setup. And just in case someone does put their face in front of the laser projection here, it does have a setting that will be able to detect that and then turn off the projection so you can help protect your eyes. But let's talk about some of the formats and stuff that this projector does support. So it does support Dolby Vision. It also does support HDR10 and HDR10 Plus. It also supports DTS Virtual X and also Dolby Atmos for the sound. It has an enhanced contrast ratio of 2500 to 1, and it's using a RGB triple laser setup here. So not one, not two, but you have 3 lasers here that's going to be working all the magic with the colors and stuff. And in addition to the brightness, the black levels are pretty good on this too. So you get those very nice deep blacks when you're looking at shadows or night scenes and stuff, but the colors are still there. And then also you do get like a 24 frames per second movie mode. So for all of my movie buffs out there that do want to watch a movie that was filmed at 24 frames per second, this projector can handle that. And then also this projector can do 3D, and you don't see this all the time. And look, I'm a fan of 3D and I mostly watch 3D movies with my virtual reality headset, but I can now watch it with this projector. And so they also sent over a couple of active 3D glasses. Now you will need to buy these separately if you do get this projector, but you can find them on Amazon for not that much. But yeah, when I put these glasses on, the first thing I noticed when I started watching some 3D content is the brightness of it, because a lot of times with 3D content, it can be a little bit more dimmer than just watching regular 2D content, but the brightness was still there and also the quality was there. And the software on the projector does have some settings for different 3D modes like side by side and top and bottom and stuff. So once you find that right one and you're watching the content made in that particular style, you're really going to be impressed with the 3D. So I'm a big fan of 3D movies. So now I can go ahead and dust off some of these 3D Blu-rays that I have laying around and put them to use. Oh, and this 3500 Pro also has you covered when you are gaming, and projectors typically aren't the best for gaming because you have a decent amount of latency. So when you do something on the controller, by the time it shows up on the screen, it can kind of mess up with your gameplay. At least that's the excuse that I use when I do die in a game. But this one has a dedicated game mode. So when you are gaming at 4K up to 60 hertz, you'll be able to only see around like a 15 millisecond delay time, which is really impressive. But then when you bump the resolution down to 1080p and now you're able to get up to 120 hertz, you'll see that delay time go down to just 8 milliseconds. But for me, I found that 4K 60 and with that 15 millisecond delay there, it wasn't that bad at all. So I enjoyed sitting back playing some PlayStation and Xbox games on this. So it's good for gaming. Now, as far as ports on the back, you will find an optical port and also a USB type A port where you can plug in a USB dongle that has some movies on it and watch that content from there. Also, you'll find an AV in port and also an Ethernet port, and you'll find 2 HDMI ports, and one of those is going to be eARC. And then you'll also find another HDMI port that lives behind this panel. And this is convenient to use with something that they do include with this projector, and that is this Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K Max Edition. So you have all the access to a lot of your favorite streaming apps like YouTube TV and YouTube and Netflix and Hulu, but also you have up to 4K HDR content that you can stream from this thing using Wi-Fi 6. So yeah, this is a very nice little way to be able to hide that in the back of the projector and not have it like sticking out the back. And this 3500 does have support for the Control 4 smart home setup here. So basically you can connect this projector to be able to be used with something like the Google Assistant and also Amazon Alexa. So you can shout at it to turn it on or to turn off and things like that. But the old school way of controlling this thing is going to be using the included remote control that gives you buttons to basically control everything from accessing the settings and the brightness and navigating the menus and also changing between your sources and all those kind of typical things that you find from a remote control. And as far as navigating the software, the experience was snappy when I was navigating the settings and menus. I want things to be instant when I make those changes, and that was the case with this projector. And then also you do have manual keystone correction. So this is used to get that image as perfectly aligned as much as possible onto that projector screen or the wall that you are using. But just be aware that if you are using turbo mode for gaming, that will disable the keystone adjustment. So your best case scenario is to do as much physical adjustment with the legs on the bottom of the projector and stuff to get that image as aligned as possible. And then also using the remote control, you can do some manual focusing to get that dialed in as well. Oh, and I haven't really talked about the design of this projector. It looks sleek, it looks premium for sure, and it does weigh around 27 pounds, so it's a little bit weighty there. So when you are moving it around and stuff, just be aware of that. But you do have 4 feet on the bottom of this, and that will allow you to be able to adjust the projector to get that right angle just in case your floor is uneven. Now, when it comes to sound, this projector does have some built-in speakers, and it gets loud. Now, I only was able to really use it without blowing out my ears up to around 45%, so that's pretty impressive as far as like the actual volume level, but the sound quality isn't going to be enough to make me want to switch over from using a dedicated sound bar. But if you're not as needy when it comes to sound quality like I am, and you are going for that ultimate minimalistic setup, you don't have to use a sound bar because of the built-in speakers. But I'm saying all of this to circle around to the most important fact about any projector, and that is the picture quality. And with this being one of the first projectors to support Dolby Vision, so you get that really good, nice HDR support when you are watching movies that are filmed in that and support that format, you really do see the difference when it comes to the highlights and also the shadows, the black levels, and everything being able to be managed and equaled out to really play together very nicely. And just because of the massive 150-inch image that you can get out of this, this is really perfect for that movie night if you are hosting people over or for watching a sporting event. I think I am going to be using this for the Super Bowl next year, so it is becoming one of my favorite, most used devices in my place right now. Now, all of this quality does come at a price, but I'll leave some links down below that will take you to the latest price that you can get for this projector. But at the end of the day, if you are looking for this feature set and the performance in an ultra short throw, this 3500 Pro does have you covered when it comes to that, and it all comes down to you whether or not you want to take your wallet out for that. But again, if you do, check out those links down below. But like always, I do want to thank you for watching this video. Give this video a like if you did like it, and I will catch you later. Peace.